Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Chrono Trigger. I am MegaFreak400, and we're going into the Proto Dome where we find buggers, and we're going to kill these buggers because they are bugs and they are ers. Because they're annoying, because they're enemies, because they're going to kill Chrono. Anyway, if you notice anything different, maybe, I don't know, depending because of the room, I have a new setup kind of. I'm in a different room, because when I came back from college, or when I left for college, my room was, given away, and I had a share room, and I had to record in a different area. And now I'm back to having it in my own space. So the room is a lot smaller, so the acoustics might be a little bit different. Plus, it's really hot in this room, so I had to have a little bit of a fan going, kind of like how I have at college. There's usually a fan going there. I hope it's not that much of annoyance. I'm going to try and make sure that it's balanced out with the game music. Anyway, we found a robot, a humanoid robot. And Lucca, being a genius, wants to fix it. I'll make sure it won't. Machines are capable of evil. Humans make them that way. Machines aren't evil. Humans are. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. And so, she's gonna prevent a Terminator-esque setup, or esque plotline by making sure he won't be evil. And the door won't budge, so I don't know where the gate is. Anyway, let's give it some juice. And now for... Oh no! The robots were ghastly! No. But this song actually is, someone's pointed out before that it's similar to Rickroll, or Never Gonna Give You Up. And it's not, again, it's not the same, but I do think it does sound somewhat similar. I mean, I don't even know if it was definitely based off it, but it does sound very similar to, or somewhat similar to Never Gonna Give You Up. But either way, it's a really awesome song. It's probably my second favorite theme for the partners, and Robo is probably one of my favorite, or second favorite characters, or favorite character. Of course, I love Frog, but Robo is also really good in my opinion. I really like him. For a robot, he actually has a lot of personality, which is ironic. So we're gonna give him a better name than his serial number. We're just gonna call him Robo. Here's a little thing I want to talk about. Well, actually, I'll talk about it after we get through this story, or a little bit of story. He is Robo, and for whatever reason, all the people who used to be people here are all gone. He's been broken down, so he doesn't know what's going on. Many others of his kind in this dome. I think something awful happened here. No, really? It would appear so. But how is that you survived? We came through a time warp from the year 1000. See, this you'll see much more of this later on. That well, I guess it makes sense here, but a lot of things, it's especially since Robo's in our party, no one seems to. We'll be wandering around with Robo through different time periods, and no one seems to have any problem with the fact that there's a robot following us. Which, again, it's a game and it's game logic, but it is something that I just noticed and I had to point out because that's what I do. Anyway, we have to go turn on the power because the door won't open without it, but the door will only open for a brief moment, so we have to have one person stay behind. It doesn't really matter which, but I recommend having Lucca stay behind because there's one portion that Marley can be quite useful with because of her healing, but either one's fine. I mean, there's no really huge benefit. Lucca would probably make some of the battles go a little bit faster. Marley, again, her healing's pretty useful at this point. But then again, also, Robo can heal. He learns how to heal pretty soon. I don't know if he learned yet, but he learns pretty soon. These assets, I don't know if you can use magic against them. I'm honestly not sure, but then even if you don't, attacking them doesn't take that long. But they can, when they're in groups, it takes a long time to kill these guys. But yeah, so yeah, Lucca's staying behind, and we're gonna go through this factory to turn on the power. So what I was talking about, I remember how I said that the characters, I'm just going to name them after their regular names. Well, there is a portion quite later, almost near the end, but not the complete end, where you can actually change the name again if you want. You can actually give your characters a new name. And so I was thinking about it, I'm like, oh wait a minute, I can always change names. So what I'm going to basically say is, I have been considering changing their names, and I have some ideas, but one idea I actually have been considering is possibly having some of you guys, some of the users, other people who watch the videos, choose a name, and I was trying to decide how best to do that. Maybe a contest. And again, I'm kind of asking is, do you have any suggestions for like a contest that you would want to compete in, like whether it's a video contest where you show doing something in a video game. I'm not sure what to do with that, or like a luck-based contest, but I don't even know, like a guessing contest or something. I don't know. Give me ideas. That's, again, this isn't set in stone at all. This is just ideas. I might not even do a contest at all, but I do want ideas to see what you guys think, because, I'd rather see what you guys think before I just do something. With stuff like this, some things I just, I'm doing it my way because, these are my videos, and I do like to get input from users, but, ultimately the decision is up to me. But anyway, yeah, so that's basically that. But more talk about Robo. Robo is a very powerful character. He's probably, I don't know if he's the most powerful. I think there's one character who might be more powerful than him, but he's big in power. He's one of the more powerful characters. He's very slow though, so definitely, I didn't do it yet, but there's, if you have a speed belt, which I think I do, you can equip that to him, and tabs. There's 3 different types of tabs. We have the power tabs, but there's also magic tabs, which will come into play later, and speed tabs. So I'd give them to him if you're using him, because his speed is very slow at the beginning. I don't know if he's the slowest character, but he definitely is a slower character. But he's definitely really good. The fact that he can heal, I like using Robo because he can heal. There's another character, actually Frog, who we already met, can also learn to heal. But Robo can learn to heal, and I think I personally prefer Robo's healing over Frog's. I don't know if Frog can do multiple healing. I know Robo can do multiple healing at some point, I'm pretty sure. But there's also dual text you can do. Dual text will also help you do multiple healing. In terms of multiple healing, as in healing all characters at once. That's something I tend to like to do, is if there's a way to get multiple, like all enemies at once, or heal all your people at once, I like to do that as opposed to one at a time. So I tend to use those kind of attacks. Robo has some really good attacks though. He eventually learns a laser technique, which is really good at taking out multiple enemies. Yeah, laser spin. Ironically, laser spin is a shadow type. Actually, it has shadow type magic. Robo can't learn magic. Some characters can't learn magic. Robo is one of them. Spoilers, but at the point no one knows magic. But Robo's technically, I guess you could call him shadow, because he does have some shadow magic with his lasers. Okay, so what else to talk about? So yeah, I got a new room. And then this factory, this part of the factory, you just want to learn the crane controls, which I'll be speeding up that crane, because that crane takes a long time to speed up. And you're basically just going down here. I don't know, there's a code that I don't know if you have to come down here for. Like, if it's, there's sometimes where you have to learn the code in the game to actually use it, even if you know what it is. Like, like, for example, in Paper Mario TTYD during Chapter 4, you're forced to learn it because you're not able to type it in. But there's some, but even without that, like, physically removing the letter, there's sometimes where you can't actually input a code without learning it in the game. So I'm not sure if this is this case, but I'm just doing this for, completionist methods. Plus there's some good items down here you should get. Or I think there's some good items. I don't know, we're just going down here because we can. Anyway, something that's been bugging me, and I've seen the comment before, and I saw more after E3, is the whole dusting the Wii. That whole comment just kind of drives me nuts, because and again, I'm a Nintendo fan, but I've never had to dust off my Wii, as in I haven't been playing it. It's never gathered dust. And the thing that I don't think those people are saying is, I think a lot of those people, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think a lot of them tend to be people who like multiplayer games. Now, I personally don't, and online multiplayers. I personally am not a big fan of online multiplayer games, due to the fact that, first of all, I like playing online multiplayer games. I like playing multiplayer games on occasion, but just like with anything, I like doing things, for quite a while, but eventually they get old. So if I'm constantly playing the same game online all the time, eventually it's going to get old for me. That's why I tend to, play multiplayer games occasionally, but not constantly. So yeah, when I play the Wii, I don't play the same game over and over and over again, which is why I'm not a big fan of online multiplayer. I'm not saying they shouldn't exist, but I'm not, like, the people who just play Call of Duty online all the time. That kind of, baffles me to somewhat of an extent. At least to me personally. But, like, for me, like, I usually play, yeah, there's some good games for Wii, but they don't have constant good releases over and over and over again, nor do they have online multiplayers. But I go back and play old games when when I have a kind of a desire to play them again. So it's not like I'm never I have so many games on the Wii downloadable and virtual console and just regular Wii games that I just go back and play it, and I've played the Wii quite a bit. It's never really gathered dust unless I've just been busy doing college work or something. It's never gathered dust because I just haven't felt like playing it. And yeah, I'm speaking up this section with awesome sped up music. But yeah, I never had to do that, and it kind of somewhat annoys me when people say those comments, because it's like, yeah, they haven't had constant good releases, but neither has any other systems. It's just the other systems have online multiplayer. I mean, I don't see a ton of constant releases from other game systems or companies either, or yeah, the other systems either. Unless maybe I'm not looking. But yeah, I play the Wii all the time. If you don't like playing releases or old release games again, well, that's your problem. I think the Wii, the dusting off the Wii comments to me, saying that the Wii hasn't had any great games lately, okay, fine, but dusting off kind of annoys me. This has been Make400 reminding you to dust.